How you doing, folks? Today I want to do a walkthrough of the NuCanoe GearPod that I have on my kayak and how I have all my electronics wired with it. So this is the GearPod that NuCanoe makes for their unlimited U10 and Flint models, I believe. I got mine primarily for electronics and batteries. Open it up. Just walking front to back. It's a voltmeter I keep in here. It's just if I got to troubleshoot anything on the water. Been helpful in narrowing down where the problem is instead of tearing everything apart on the bank. When you open up the GearPod, I have one of these Yak track packs, not on a track. Open it up and got the tray in there, and I just keep a assortment of different tools and items I end up using trying to fix things. And then up here at the front, this is the black box to the live scope unit. I have this mounted on a piece of Kydex that I then have adhesive tape on the bottom of it. Holds it pretty well to the bottom of the GearPod. And then this is the Yak Power relay switching system. It has 5 cables that come out of it, and you're able to control the on and off function of them using this control panel right here. And then this is a 55 amp hour lithium battery from Amped Outdoors. This is what I have hooked up to the Yak Power system, and this powers primarily my 93 SV unit that sits here, and I run the 93 SV with the live scope, and so it also powers the black box and it powers the transducer. Additionally, I have power from that battery running to my red and green navigation LED lights, as well as these Yak Power LED strip lights. And so then jumping up here to the control panel that there's my seat. All I have to do is lean forward. Additionally, from there I can turn on the navigation lights. And then this 20 amp hour lithium battery, just one that I got off of Amazon, Nurmac. It's worked pretty well so far. I've had it for about a year. And then I got these Yak Power SAE cables to connect to the battery terminals. Just makes for a clean setup instead of having that ugly wiring like I did right there. And then closing this. And then in order to run power from these lights, I had to drill a hole right here into the hull and run cables up here to the front. I had to drill 2 holes, and the left and right lights, they come out each one, and then they connect to this pigtail cable that then plugs into this SAE port that Yak Power makes. And just drill a hole into the front of the GearPod, and that runs the wiring inside. I can then connect it to the relay system. And then this is the sonar that I run with the 73 SV unit. Have it on a switchblade mount from Yak, and just drilled a hole here, put one of their Yak through hole kits, run the cable through the hole back up to the front, and same thing as the cables for the lighting. Just brought it through this through hole port, and then I didn't drill any more like through the GearPod or nothing. I just ran this cable underneath the GearPod, and it just fits in the grooves, and brought it out underneath here, and then just run it up and connect it to the back of the 73 SV cradle. The remainder of the wiring for both the sonar units ran them through XL through hole port from Yak, as well as another one that this one shares with the transducer cable. And then this right here, it's a USB port that I also have hooked up to that Yak Power relay system, just so I can plug in a charging cable for my phone or something if I need to. This is an extension cable for the live scope transducer. I wanted to do this so I'd be able to take this apart and take it off the boat separate from the GearPod if needed, because it's just unscrew here, unsnap there, remove some T-bolts, and throw in the truck. And then I took this Yak Sidewinder, which is originally intended for anchor line management, and I use this to keep all my excess cable wrapped up neatly so it's not catching anything or falling off in the water and whatnot. And then the loose cable coming down here to the top of the transducer pole, so it's not flapping around too much and getting caught underneath the boat. I ran it through the handle right here on the side, and then took these twist ties from Night Eyes, and it keeps the cable in there but doesn't tighten it down, so it's still able to freely slide back and forth. Alright folks, and that's how I have my electronics wired up in my GearPod on my NuCanoe Unlimited. If you find this kind of content useful, do me a favor, hit the like button, lets me know that I'm doing this right. Thanks for watching.